out there today?
That was an awesome win for us, awesome for our team. It was just a complete team win, as we've been doing. I thought offensively we're great on all cylinders, running, throwing, everything was just kind of working for us today. And when you can stay balanced like that, usually you're going to put a lot of points up.
What's different for you this year? Because you are on another level than what you've been in the past.
Well, I think it's just scheme and just the players around me. I think we've done such a good job of just running the play that's called. And to be honest, out there when I'm doing it, it feels like I'm not doing a whole lot because I don't have to. I just got to get the ball to the playmakers around me. And then Coach Dillingham has constantly put us in really good situations. We're really comfortable with the plays we call. I always feel like we got plays called at the right time. We're doing great with our shots, explosive plays, and not only that, when we call them, we're hitting them.
How does it feel for you personally to step up in moments like these?
Huge. I think it's just, it feels good just to be a good player for my team, just to do what I need to do to help them whenever there's a possibility to do that. And obviously they have my back like I have theirs, and we're just playing good team football right now. I think each and every one of us are very connected and very close with one another, and that shows on the field.
The rhythm that you and Coach Dillingham are in right now, is that something different than you had an experience with him before? Like, how different is your guys' relationship now than it was 3 years ago?
Well, you know, this is the first year he's called plays for me, so I think that right now, obviously, 6-7 games in, we're as close and just connected offensively and thinking the same so much. I know what he wants out there on the field, and so if we get a certain look, I know what play to get us into, and he just does a great job of, like, he trusts me to get, he trusts me with what I see. So if I see something, I don't like something, he allows me to do that, and he never says anything. Even if it's a negative play, it's always just next play, whatever, he'll get us out of a bind. But sometimes he calls plays knowing that we're going to check it into the right look, so he's good with it. And we're just very close connected right now. We know what each other is thinking, and I think that just it's the closest we've been all season.
How much do you feel like your threat to run is now opening up your checkdowns? You got one to Bucky in the first half, and I think you have another one to Chase where we're scrambling, the defense kind of sucked up on me.
Yeah, I think it's just another thing for a defense to have to defend. And when those guys in the front lines got to come to make the tackle on me, it just leaves guys open. And we've also done a really good job with scramble drill so far, created some explosive plays. And then at the same time, when I take off running, we've done a great job of blocking downfield. We got a good, before the holding, we had a good third down extension, third and long, which was really good for us. And so all that kind of stuff is just carrying over, and we're all playing good football right now. Receivers are playing great, tight ends are playing great, running backs are running the ball well. O-lines obviously are a staple that we can get behind and do whatever we want. And then my job's easy, just getting the ball into their hands.
Do you feel like you've gotten better at deciding when to scramble, when maybe just to move a little bit to allow your receivers to get open?
Yeah, and to be honest, it's all situational. I think that at certain situations, when I take off, I'm running no matter what, and then other situations, like the one to Bucky, got to have just a good feel. And obviously, there's times I don't make the right decision. I might have missed a receiver or could have run one where I threw an incompletion. But I think that that is just a part of my game that's tough to stop. And I don't even have to do it a whole lot. It's just whenever I do it, it's just tough.
UCLA defense complemented your ability to convert on a lot of third and fourth downs, more than any other team they've really played this season. What do you credit that to?
I think it's just aggression by our coaching staff. I think Coach Lanning allows us to get in those situations, and we know offensively when we get in a third and manageable and we're on plus side of the territory of the field, there's a good chance we go for it on fourth down. So it's really important for us on third down. We may look like we're running the ball on 3rd and 8, but we have a plan behind it. And not all the time do we have to drop back on 3rd and 8, have to push the ball down the field, because that's when you get in a bind offensively. And obviously our fourth downs have contributed to a lot of extended drives. We've done that quite a bit in the second half. So we just got into fourth downs, we get one, and then we get another fourth down, we get another, and we go down and score. Some teams would punt in that situation and you lose the possession.
That That ball to Troy was beautiful. How did that feel coming off of your hands?
Well, it felt really good, knowing that with the play action, we're going to have some back-end trouble, kind of passing it off. Troy got a great release, and then when he took off, when I let the ball go, he hadn't turned his head yet, so I just wanted to put it out there for him to go get. Troy has great ball skills, so when you put it up in the air for him, he'll go get it. And it was up there for a long time, so he really had to track it and go get it. But that's a great play by a great playmaker.
Were you prepared for that onside kick call, and what do you think that did to the game?
Well, we knew going into the game we'd have that up, and so sometimes you don't want to tell the offense so they don't all crowd, and then it gives it away. So that was just a surprise. Great aggressive call by Coach Lanning, and obviously if it didn't work, we'd probably be talking about something else. But we knew going in, we had his back, whatever happened. So that was a great steal of possession right there for us that ended up in 7 points. So it's a huge swing.
What do you like playing for a coach who will make that call?
I love it. I think you can kind of give credit to a lot of our success offensively to Coach Lanning's aggression right now. He's a super aggressive head coach, which is a little different because he's defensive minded, so sometimes you think punt, let our defense play, get us in good field position, but he's all for sequencing. When we get in a good situation, we're going to go for it, and so we've stolen a lot of possessions doing that, and we're obviously going to continue to do that, but we're just an aggressive team right now.
What was the importance of that stolen possession off the onside kick and the chance to add on?
Well, it put us up probably, I think at that time it was either a high 2 scores or 3 scores, and so when you do that for an explosive offense like that, when you keep them on the sidelines, it just slows them down, it makes them a little cold, and we can get the crowd back into it. And when we went up those few possessions, we really didn't look back after that. We had a good lead from then on, but obviously at the end there in the second half, we got to steal some more possessions and move the ball and go score some touchdowns there at the end.
Stylistically, how much is this offense in terms of usage, of distribution, run pass, aggression? Is this what you were seeking when you entered the portal in December?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you look at all the guys that caught a touchdown tonight, all the guys that had a catch and had a reception tonight, we're just moving the ball around, so it's so hard for a defense. I mean, you can't get a beat on it. You don't really know who we're going to throw the ball to. Obviously, we got guys like Troy and Chase and T. Ferg and Cam and the backside of the backfield that we probably get the most to, but when anybody's on the field, there's no telling who we can throw the ball to. And that just goes to show you the importance of our offense and getting the ball around to different receivers. And I think it's a main reason why we're really explosive on offense.
There are going to be a lot of people today, already are, in East Alabama, across the SEC, across the country, asking how you got to this point. How is it that you're leading this level of explosive in offense? And how much is it a credit to you? How much is it a credit to Kenny being able to call plays when he couldn't 3 years ago? And how is it that the two of you are leading this, and why Gus or Chad or Brian couldn't get this out of you there?
Well, I think obviously there's a whole lot of dynamics that go into it. Different schedule you're playing, different teams you're playing, different like personnel, different staffs, different offensive schemes. So it's hard to say that the other coaches didn't get it out of me, because at times I was doing the same thing at Auburn. It was just the consistent part. We're doing that now, and it talks to all 11 of us. All 11 of us who are out there on the field are being consistent. Every once in a while we'll have a hiccup drive and we'll have to go 3 and out and we'll punt, but we know it's not going to happen a second time, so we just got to get back there and be consistent. And I think consistency is the main thing that we're doing offensively right now. I mean, we just have a great plan. We know what we want. We know what we're going to do. And when we get out there, we execute the play that's called. And if it doesn't work, we're going to run it again and make sure we get it right. So credit to our coaching. Our coaching staff is doing a great job offensively. Great with personnel, great with communication on the sideline, great with play calling. Head coaches are allowing us to be aggressive. So it's just, honestly, it's easy to be in my position because all I got to do is just make sure the ball gets to the right person.
What difference did the awesome crowd make today?
It was huge. Great atmosphere. They showed up early. They lasted the whole game. I think that's a huge factor in a home game like this, and you got to contribute a little bit of the win to it. Thank you all. I appreciate it.